Alright, listen, I don't do this very often because I normally don't find it important to do things like this. I don't do any blogging, videos, anything of the sort that will take too much of my time where I could be making money or laughing or singing. But anyhow, I have just seen a video on Facebook and it featured a 12-year-old girl who was giving advice to guys on the 10 things that she hates about guys and what guys could do to make their life better as far as girls are concerned. And I believe her intention is to improve the quality of relationship between a man and a lady. And I found it to be pretty entertaining. A lot of people find that it's annoying and blah, blah, blah. She don't make sense. I was just very, very amused. So I just go on and recap 10 things, and I will tell her what, not just me, but I know that I speak for fellas, and I know that I don't have a fella on earth who would disagree with me when I say any of this. So I just go in, and I don't have 13 minutes to do this shit, so I go in and kind of see if I can do it in 10, right? So let me start. I mentioned this girl is 12 years old. Anyway, let me start now. 1, she has an issue with punctuality. She says that she hates men who are late. Your boy tells you that all you're going and lime in the mall for 1, and he comes around 2, and he should apologize and say, I'm sorry, baby, and blah, blah, blah. First, let me start off by saying this. You are 12. This is why you are going out in the mall at 1. You shouldn't have a problem with anybody being late because you have like about 5 more hours before the sunset, and you'll have to have your ass home. And there's not much you could do in 5 hours being 12 years old. Secondly, we fellas know, since we're 9, we know that girls are never punctual. If you tell us 1 o'clock, we know by 1 o'clock you are doing your hair, and we're going to see your ass by 3 o'clock. So we're going to make sure and look at 1 o'clock and make sure and come later than that. That we wouldn't have to wait as long. Or we would just come and just find something else to do in the meantime. We don't really care. But we're not going to come and stand up and wait for you 1 o'clock on the dot. This is not our workplace, or in your case with your fellas, this is not school. Chill. That's an invalid point. You shouldn't even say that. Secondly, going out to the movies. Now this kind of, I don't even know what to say about this. Because what you think must be done, 1, we reach before the lady. 2, we buy the ticket and wait. And 3, buy all the food. And you reiterated and stressed, buy all the food. Damn. You make it sound as though you really don't have nothing to eat at home, eh? Well, you're seeing the truth. Anybody who going out to the movies know that most of the time the food that's selling in the movies don't taste good anyway. A lot of us eat before we go there, or a lot of us eat somewhere else after we go there. After the movie, you go somewhere else and you eat. We don't buy food in the movie. We buy something to drink or probably just popcorn to chew on, but food? Anyway, you're 12. You wouldn't understand the tactics about going out and how to actually maximize having a good time. You don't know about them thing yet. Hygiene was your 3rd point. Fellas need to shave the armpits, whoever the case is, shave the legs, blah, 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 whoever it is. And I agree that hygiene must be maintained, but what I do not agree with is that he must shave his mustache unless his lady says to do so, or some kind of asshole thing. Listen, if his lady met him with a mustache and in the relationship he still has a mustache, chances are he's not going to give a damn whether she wants him to shave it or not, because that's how you meet him. If you don't like that shit, then you walk away one time, but you won't, because you're 12 and the reality is you want a boyfriend. Number 4. After an exciting night of lovey-dovey talk and hearts and X's and O's, and you go and sleep at 1 because you're 12, and he lying with his friends until 3 o'clock in the morning because he's probably 13, 14, and big man is lying till 5, 6 in the morning all over the place. But you wouldn't understand. You're 12. He don't text. He don't tell you he love you. Well, nobody is supposed to text you and tell you they love you every minute on the minute. What happened? You insecure? You're a psycho or something? I love you every minute of every day. What is your problem? There's nothing going on with you at 12 that would... It just doesn't... It don't mean nobody will love you, girl. Nobody will love you, right? Shit, man. Anyway, point 5. You talking all your romance talk and lovey-dovey talk and sex ruins a convo. Let me explain something here. The reason behind romance is sex. The reason behind a lot of things to do with relationships between men and women is sex. As a matter of fact, sex is the highest point of awareness between a man and a woman in a relationship and a bonding thing. But you wouldn't understand because you're 12, and that's why at 12 you shouldn't have a boyfriend. You are not ready for these kind of things. These kind of things will addle your mind, and if your mind is already addled as it is, without sex, jeez, you have real trouble to go through. You need to start picking up your bookshelf. Forget that. You shouldn't even talk about this. You're not authorized to talk about sex or even say it. You should have censored that part when you were saying it, because you're 12. 7. Your 7 point was, fellas growing their hair, you put up your hand as though it's a mohawk or something, and then you don't want nobody touch. They're vexed because, you want to touch hair and shit. But let me tell you something. When you go by your hairdresser and shit, and you do whatever you do to your hair, spend how much money to have your hair look in the same way, and a fella touch it, you vex. I realize fellas real into the hair thing now and making sure the mohawk tight and whatever the shit is. I don't do that. But if they come to do that, at least they're looking at presentable, the markup on things. Shit, don't touch the freaking hair. What's wrong with you? Jeez, you don't understand English or what? Maybe you don't. You are 12. Number 8. Talking about your ex. Don't compare you to his ex. At 12 years old, have you ever done history? The first thing I learned when I was doing history class in college is this. History is an account of the past that informs us in the present so that we can chart a better course for the future. You won't understand that sentence because you're 12. That doesn't mean he needs to compare it to his ex constantly. But in his mind, the comparison is already made because a man always aims to do better than his ex. He always goes up. So, of course, you would always be compared to an ex. So, get with it. But you're 12. Number 9. You are walking with your friend or best friend or soon to be as you would see it in your mind, and he's looking at another girl who's probably more voluptuous than you are. Voluptuous, by the way, means good looking, means physically attractive, means curvaceous, because you mightn't understand that word because you're 12. That your business, horse? If you have low self-confidence and find that you're looking at another woman and that pissing you off, it's because you have zero confidence in yourself. I, as a big man, find that is unattractive. But use 12. Chill, horse. Chill, right? Just chill. 10. Keep in good conversation. Chances are, if you put down a whole paragraph saying whatever you have on your mind and he just answer LOL, ... okay, or put a smiley face or something, chances are that entire paragraph there, he has already read it and has found nothing of substance. That means you is the one who not having a good conversation, because once you have good conversation, a fella always talking to you, trust me. He's probably having a good conversation with somebody else. So you need to check about what you're writing about, and if all you're writing about is I love you and feelings, and just filling it in between the little words and shit. LOL. ... Okay, these are ways that we end conversations. I thought you'd understand this by now, even at 12. Anyway, at the end, then they give a recap, make her feel special, talk to her in the night, tell her you love her, in the morning, wake up and tell her you miss her. Between night and morning, there's no more than 6 hours between night and morning sleeping. How is it possible to miss you between then? Girl, listen, nobody don't miss you, right? That's the truth, nobody don't miss you. No man don't love you, not at 12, right? The most that you go and have is a crush. And at your age, you're supposed to be studying school. This is why I have so much pregnant teenagers all over the place, because they're on Facebook talking about man with a fan in the background. You need to put on that fan and chill. Watch somewhere else, pick up a book. The time you taken to do this video, you could be reading a book about something a little bit more nourishing to your mind. You can't love nobody at this age, child. Use 12 hours. Use 12. What do you ask? Girl, behave yourself.